Thank you again, Mr. Tran, for inviting me here. I'd like to thank the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation, along with Chevron, for this opportunity. Last week was one of the toughest games in my 20 years of coaching, and we were in an extremely hostile environment from the moment we got off the bus. The fans were waiting for us to kind of welcome us to the stadium, so to speak, and they were jarring at us from the time we got off the bus until inside of the stadium, and then over the fences at us as well. We were in the red zone 3 to 4 times in the first quarter and the second quarter, and did not cash in from inside the 10. Right there on the line, and just didn't get it done. And the game got away from us a little bit, and they were able to put up some scores, and we were down 17-0 at the end of the third quarter. And we started a rally, and our kids kept playing, and they fought through it, and we were able to pull it out and ended the game winning 24-23. And Logan Sport hadn't lost a game at their stadium since 2015. They were 27-0 when they came to West St. John last year, and they left 27-1. And we had to go up there. They were ready for us. The coach sent me messages all last year throughout the playoffs after we played them, and we still were able to go up there and in a really hostile environment and come out with a W, and to give them their first home loss at their school in a really long time. So this week we travel up to Oak Grove. We were in northwestern Louisiana last week. This week we go to northeastern Louisiana, same distance, about 4.5 to 5 hours. And we'll take our kids up there, our entourage, and we'll treat the day like a regular game day, and we'll go up there and fight for another win. And our kids will be ready to play, and they understand that, they see the light at the end of the tunnel. We had an opportunity to get there last year and be successful, so our kids are hungry to go back and do it again. And that's the goal. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to fight for something this week, and along with all of the distractions that's coming to us, coming to the kids, just trying to keep them grounded and keep them focused on the goal and what we're trying to do. Any questions?
Coach, what does Oak Grove do well? What do you have to do with it?
They run the ball. They run the ball extremely well. 2 years ago, we were looking at it when we were in 2A. We were just watching the scores of 1A in the playoff games when they played Haynesville. We had a game that they played Haynesville. They had 267 yards rushing. Haynesville was like 240-something rushing, and they had one pass play in the entire game for 11 yards. And that's their style of play. It's ground and pound, and 3-4 yards and cloud of dust, and they line up and do it again. They get in a traditional I formation. They're pretty big guys up there. They make me look small, and they're coming at you. So we'll be ready to play, and our kids are used to it, used to the big games, the big lights, and they should perform really well.
Hey, Coach, could you use the long trip up to Logansport to attest to your late start in that game? Or slow start, and if so, are you going to do anything different this week?
There wasn't any bus lag or anything like that. Our kids are used to traveling and traveling well. It was a delay. They didn't want us to come into the stadium on a certain spot, so we had to leave and come back and go around, because they wanted to make sure we came in through that one particular interest that they had for us. But other than that, I think our kids were motivated and ready to play. It's just, in the initial part of the game, in the beginning, it was a tough battle between two good teams, and they had some really good defensive stops in the red zone.
Coach, they had 23 points. Did they miss an extra point? Did they go for 2 or what?
They missed a field goal, and they may have gone for 2 once, I believe. Yeah.
Good luck. What's it like to have the target on your chest when you're the defending champs? You encountered that last week. How difficult is that, and how tough has it been for the kids?
To be honest, it feels like the entire school in every sport that we play. We hold a banner for what some guys have accomplished the year before, and it brings the best out of them. Logansport brought out our best, and I think there's more in the kids and more to come, and they're used to rising to the challenges that are put before them, and they do a great job of responding well to that in adversity.
recruits? Anybody that you have that's being recruited right now?
Yeah, a couple of them are getting some looks from different schools, but you know, we're just trying to focus on finishing up strong and that kind of stuff. It'll take care of itself. But yeah, we have a couple of guys that are getting looks by different schools. Anyone else? Thank you.